that a good many of the people who say that they are not for impeachment indicate that the president has committed impeachable offenses. They will talk about how the president is unfit for office, but they don't want to have impeachment because they're of the opinion that it would be disruptive.
That was Democratic Congressman Al Green telling me earlier on the show that he's going ahead with impeachment despite the fact that leaders within his own party, including Nancy Pelosi, are all but saying it would be a waste of time, at least right now. So what to make of this wedge between Democrats? Fox News contributor Katherine Timpf, Democratic strategist Biro, and American Majority CEO Ned Ryun. You know, Robin, I was thinking of you in the conundrum Democrats are in, right?
Yes.
On this,
to say the least.
How far do they go with this?
As far as they want, but Nancy Pelosi is smarter than I ever gave her credit for. You know, I was a huge critic of hers, but she's really been doing a fantastic job of managing people's expectations within my party, and she needs to be doing that right now because impeachment is a non-starter, and we need to start getting that across to our base so that we can focus on issues that actually have a chance.
What do you think, Ken?
Yeah, I think someone should go to hell and check and see if it's frozen over because I think that Nancy Pelosi is doing the right thing here. For one thing, it's not popular. Polling, most of it suggests that more than 60% of voters don't want to impeach the president. So that's one thing. It would be unpopular. And even the people who it might be popular with, it's not going to get enough votes in Congress for it to go through. So this could backfire the same way it did with Republicans and Bill Clinton and actually making him more popular.
I'm not comparing the two at all, but the initial impeachment proceedings against Richard Nixon were not at all popular. They thought that they were haranguing him and going after him unfairly. They drag on and drag on. Sometimes you don't need an impeachment itself just to get the hearings going, and that's what their goal is.
Right. No, I mean, the whole goal is to undermine. I mean, there's obviously people on the far left that want to nullify the 2016 elections. I think Pelosi's being a realist. I mean, first of all, like Kat was saying, I'm not even
Jerry
sure.
Nadler, too, runs that committee.
But I'm not even sure they have the votes.
You got to get
but she's a realist
bipartisan
on this
support.
front. She's a realist. She is speaker because of the moderates and centrists who won in the swing districts. What are they going to do going home in 2020 and say, oh, yeah, we were part of this impeachment process off spurious charges? That's the whole reason that she's speaker. So she's looking at this for her political life and you know, being speaker, saying, let's not go down this path. I would like to be speaker post-2020. Impeachment process would completely annihilate those chances.
It is interesting in Green's case, what he's saying has nothing to do with collusion or restoration. He just doesn't like the guy.
Right.
That's right.
He doesn't like the president, and he thinks that, you know, he's a racist and all this. I mean, you know, that's open season time. Right.
Well, the president's his own worst enemy so many times. You know, we really...
But those aren't high crimes of history. Even if you go so far as to accuse someone of that, I mean, where are you going?
Nonsense. So much of it's nonsense. And I do quite a lot of damage control in my party, just managing expectations. As you said, there are people in my party who legitimately think that if we have impeachment, that somehow, by the grace of God, Hillary Clinton's going to be
That's what I don't get. You're going to get Pence.
You're going to get
Pence, who is far and away more conservative than Donald Trump is. I don't understand if they don't understand that this doesn't mean Hillary rises up and takes control, but that's not how it works.
But if they have to survive in a Republican Senate and the 60 vote, I don't even know where to go here. But leaving that aside, the passion of the party, and I'm not saying Green is the passion of the party, but he represents a lot of folks who find that they can't drop the ball on this. They won't drop the ball on this. When I told him about whether he'll get 66 votes like he did the last time he did this in early 18, he said, all I need is one, my own vote. He feels strongly about it.
This is what the base has been wanting, the Democratic left base, not people like Robin, but they have been begging for this, they've been driving for this, they've been wanting this. And it's almost like some of these elected representatives like Al Green feel like there are certain expectations they have to continue down this path again.
Well, I will say this about this guy. He's been consistent.
He has been consistent.
He's been
not going to get the votes.
Yeah, but there's a difference. What I was trying to raise with him, and I did like the fact he kept calling Mr. Cavuto, which you guys should work at.
Mr.
Cavuto. But the one he did say, and this is where it could be a slippery slope. I don't like his demeanor. I don't like his policies. I don't like the fact that it rings at racism, which is in the eye of the beholder here. But you keep holding these kind of loosey-goosey standards to every president. we could be impeaching
everyone.
around the clock.
Yeah, absolutely. Just because you don't like the guy, that's not a reason to impeach him, especially when it would so divide the country. It's just not worth it. Just focus on winning the next election. That's what normal, level-headed people do.
And that's what you've been saying, right? You want Democrats to focus on the prize. Does this get in the way of that prize?
Yes.
That they look too zealous?
Because how are the guys across the aisle going to want to work with us when we can't get out of our own heads about impeachment, when we have things that we actually can do together?
Well,
like
you hate each other, right? I mean,
if they go down
no, they just really love Pence. They just want Pence.
But if they go down this path, I think they lose the White House, and I think they lose the House, and I don't think they take the Senate back. I think this makes Trump even more sympathetic to most of those people outside the Acela corridor if they try to impeach him on spurious charges.
What if they nominate someone who's of that ilk, a hard left person? You saw the column in the Wall Street Journal today that talked about the mistake the party made in 1972 when they went hard left with George McGovern over an Edmund Muskie type who was a high stature, middle of the road guy.
There's a lot to be said for it's a what if. If we go hard left, it's going to energize the youth vote. I get it. We'll get a whole bunch of people that are registered to vote, a whole bunch of new crop, but we're going to lose a substantial portion of our old blue dog vote.
The middle
you lose some, gain some.
You're worried. You sound worried.
I am concerned because it's an unknown quantity right now, Neil.
All right. Final word. I want to thank you all very, very much. By the way, we're going to pursue this here because it is a sort of a right beneath the surface bubbling cauldron here. We're going to be talking to the House Majority Leader, Steny Hoyer, what he thinks of this impeachment thing and whether there's anything there. But again, the Democrats and the leadership so far have been saying, let's focus on the issues that matter, not on an issue that for the time being does not. We'll see tomorrow. Here comes the 5 right now.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jesse Waters, along with Dagan McDowell, Juan Williams, Dana Perino, and Greg Gutfeld. It's 5 o'clock in New York City, and this is The 5.